It's the 18th of July. The day is celebrated as Nelson Mandela Day. I'm sure most of you have read about him or at least heard the name Nelson Mandela. He's the man who changed the trajectory of South Africa. Let's zoom into the country. South Africa today is a success story, a story of progress, development and democracy. What this country is living is a dream of its first democratically elected president, Nelson Mandela. When he took oath of office in 1994, he promised to make South Africa a rainbow nation. Never again, Mandela said, would his country be seen as the skunk of the world. He was referring to apartheid. You see, while on paper, South Africa became independent from Britain in 1910, its political system and its social structure remained hijacked by the country's white minorities. They imposed what was called apartheid. It means apartness or separation. In South Africa, it meant discrimination or racism. People were denied equality. There were human rights abuses, political discrimination, economic discrimination. The population was divided into four categories: Bantu or the black Africans, colored or those of mixed race, whites and Asians. Every African had to register under one of these four categories. Every race was assigned an area. They could not live or operate outside it. While the whites were the minority, they were given 80% of South Africa's land area. The Bantus or the black Africans, on the other hand, were stripped of citizenship. They were not allowed to participate in public life. Their children could go only to specific schools where they were trained only for manual labor or menial jobs. Interrace marriage was banned. Police officers had the power to torture or kill non-whites. While racism was rampant in South Africa for most of the 1800s, it was legalized in 1948. Racism was legalized. Nelson Mandela decided to rid his country of apartheid. He was born on the 18th of July, 1918. On this day in 1918, his birth name was Rolihlahla Mandela. It was in primary school when he was first called Nelson. The name sounded Christian, as required by the law of the land. When he was just 12, Mandela lost his father. He went on to study law. It was in college that he began taking part in student protests and the anti-apartheid movement. In 1994, Mandela founded the Youth League. It was the youth wing of the African National Congress Party. And 1961 was a turning point in his career. Nelson Mandela gave his first TV interview as an anti-apartheid activist. He announced his goal. The Africans want political independence, he said. But the road to political independence was not easy. Mandela was arrested multiple times, charged with sedition, slapped with prison terms. In 1964, for example, he was sentenced to life imprisonment. He walked out a free man only in 1990. And walked out more determined than ever to end the white minority rule in his country. In 1994, Nelson Mandela voted for the first time in his life, and the country voted to make Mandela their first democratically elected president. His fight for freedom did not end with his presidency, though. In 1994, Mandela told the South African Parliament, and I'm quoting what he said, "Freedom cannot be achieved unless women have been emancipated from all forms of oppression." He campaigned for HIV awareness. He also fought for education and children's rights. He once said the true character of a society is revealed in how it treats its children. Mandela donated a third of his presidential salary to create the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund. In 1993, when he won the Nobel Peace Prize, he donated a part of the prize money to support street children. He dedicated his life to resisting all forms of apartheid, all forms of apartness, racial, religious, caste-based, gender-based. Mandela's fight was for peace. Peace is not the absence of conflict. Peace is the creation of an environment where all can flourish. You must have heard these words. They're Nelson Mandela's. Was he successful, though? Since 1994, South Africa has held 6 elections. The political space has opened up. Basic education is no longer a privilege. 96% of children of school-going age are in school in South Africa. Healthcare is available to all. South Africa has also become Africa's most industrialized country. Democracy has enabled them to borrow funds to engage nations that had refused to do business with the apartheid regime. Of course, there are challenges, as there are in any country. Today, Mandela's own political party is soaked in corruption, and land distribution remains a big issue. What we must acknowledge at this point is that the road to recovery always is a long one. But South Africa would not have come so far on this road had it not been for Nelson Mandela. He changed the country's trajectory. He helped replace authoritarianism with democracy and the apartheid era with rules-based society. Nelson Mandela placed South Africa on the road to progress. It's a good day to do some reading on him. Tell us what you found. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.